In this video, we'll be looking at purchase requisitions within the Sicon WAP module. I'm going to log in as a user, Gordon, who has access to the purchase requisition module. We'll go straight in and raise a new requisition. The suppliers can be filtered based on a category. This is an analysis code that's set up within Sage 200 that stops people just picking any old supplier from your purchase ledger. If I select catering in this example, I've got two accounts in here that supply me with catering ware. I'm going to select Atlas Ranges. My document date is the date of my purchase requisition, and the delivery date is the date I'm requesting that the goods arrive. I'm going to set this for the end of the month. At the bottom of the screen, we can then add the various purchase order lines that you would add within Sage 200. In this example, we're just going to add a free text line. So I can enter some free text information into this box, a quantity, a price, and I've entered the buying price unit. The price is per plate. I can choose a nominal code, and against that nominal code, I can see the approval route that's going to be used to approve this requisition. If you have job costing or project accounting turned on, this selection box will be shown, and you can choose a project if it's relevant to this particular requisition. So we've added the first line, the item details have been blanked out, the price has been cleared, and we can add a second line if we need to. I'm now going to add a stock line. In this example, I've selected a supplier that doesn't have any stock items set up in Sage. So if I unselect the box, I then see the stock item list from Sage. I'm going to select espresso cup, and it's defaulted the price through for me. I'm going to say I want to buy 10 of those as well. It's selected the nominal code for me, and again it shows me the approval route it's going to use to approve that particular line. Again, this purchase isn't relevant for any jobs, so I'm just going to save my line. So I now have a purchase requisition on with a free text line and a stock line. At this point I could just save the requisition and come back to it later, but for now I'm going to send this off for approval. It's given me requisition number 35 and it tells me it's been submitted. If I select the existing requisitions, select my submitted tab, I can see requisition number 35, and it tells me that both of those lines are waiting for Sarah to approve. If I log into WAP as Sarah, it tells me I have requisitions to approve. In here I can see requisition number 35 been submitted by Gordon, and if I open up the lines I can see exactly what's been requested and the prices, if they're related to a project or not. I can even check the budgets if they've been set up in Sage or against projects. I'm happy with this requisition, so I'm going to approve all lines. It is possible to reject a line. You have to just enter a reasoning for the rejection of that particular line. In this case I'm going to approve that. If we log back in as Gordon, go back to our existing requisitions, we'll find requisition number 35 has now been approved, and it's been given a Sage purchase order number 3322. At this point, if I need to, I can print the purchase order from within the WAP system. It'll give me all the details in here. It's picked up the email address for that particular supplier and merged in some details so that I can just send this straight out. In this case, it's being sent from Gordon. Alternatively, I can just print this. If we go back into Sage, we can see that purchase order number 3322 has been created. And if I open up the purchase order, I can see the two lines in here replicate exactly what was created in the WAP system. At the moment, it's showing nothing received and nothing invoiced. If I go back into WAP as Gordon, I can receive my order. So in this case, I'm going to receive 5 of each of those items as a part delivery. I'm going to put my delivery note number in at the top of the screen and select save. If I return back into the rest of the order, it'll show me what's already been received and what's outstanding. Back in Sage, if we have a look at the order, we can see that these have now been received. If we drill into the details, it'll tell us that Gordon within WAP did that actual receipt function. In the scenario where these goods are no longer going to be available, for example, the supplier has no more available and we need to remove the rest of this order, we can use this final receipt function, and if we select that with nothing more received, it will reduce the order down to 5 of each of those items within the WAP system. It will also update our purchase order in Sage to show a quantity of 5 of each of those items. So we now have a quantity of 5 ordered, a quantity of 5 received. We match the invoice for 5 and the order will go complete. So now that our order quantity and our receipt quantity match, we can go ahead and match our invoice. So under order processing, we'll record our purchase invoice. We'll select our order. We'll select our lines, confirm our matching. At the bottom here we can see it's been received by Gordon. We can enter our invoice details, enter the values, post our invoice. We can check the details here, make any adjustments, add our invoice document and save that away. That invoice will now be sent into the WAP system for approval. There are various options there which can auto approve that invoice based on any variances between the order and the invoice itself. Those variances can be set either as a percentage or as a value. Anything outside of those variances will be sent through the normal approval routes within the WAP system along with the image to be approved. Back in the WAP system, if we go into our existing invoices and do a search for that particular requisition, we can see it's now gone into our completed folder. That means it's been raised, goods received and completely invoiced within the Sage 200 system. So in summary, the WAP purchase requisitions gives an ideal way for web-based users to raise purchase orders through a logical approval process based on the user raising them, the nominal code or the project. These can be integrated directly into Sage 200 purchase order processing or kept entirely within the WAP system if those modules are not available. For more information on the WAP module, please visit the website at www.sicon.co.uk.